Mother's Day brunch action. Hi everybody, welcome to ABC Gluten Free. Thank you for joining us today. We're having a little bit of a laugh behind the scenes here, but anyway, thank you for tuning in today. We have a great show planned for you. Mother's Day brunch, we have our hashtag is Marvel Moms, and I know that you know why, right? Bunch of different reasons. You know why?
No.
Marvelous moms, moms are marvelous, and Marvel moms because like the new Marvel movie's coming out. I thought that would be funny. It's funny.
So funny.
It's funny. Thank you, Sophia. So today we have Mother's Day brunch for you. We know Mother's Day is coming up. We want to make a nice brunch for you to enjoy with your family, with your friends, whomever you're celebrating with. So we're going to be making some delicious manigot. We're making vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free manigot, and we're making a vegan carrot cake. And I have my beautiful helper here, Sophia, to help me today. She's pretty much healed up. She's got good mobility. You can actually do a lot of work today. I can put you to work. Yeah. Okay, and if you guys are out there, we want to hear where you're tuning in from, and we hope that you BYON.
Bring your own napkin.
Because we brought our napkin, and we have very special napkins today because they're from Ireland. But we're going to get started on our carrot cake, so why don't you guys get ready, grab a drink, and come on back, because Sophia's going to get started on making this beautiful carrot cake. All right, so we'll bring our ingredients up. I want to show you everything that we have here, and I'm going to explain it to you as Sophia puts it into her bowl. And I will describe them little by little so you can get the gist of everything that we're doing here. Okay, so let me uncover. I'm uncovering the goodness. All right, so here we have a half a cup of oat flour and a pinch of salt, like a quarter of a teaspoon of salt and oat flour. She's going to put that into her sifter. We have a cup and a half of gluten-free flour. This is just any blend flour that you like. We have variety that we like, and we like to mix them together, and we like to do our own thing. So whatever gluten-free flour that you love, put that in there. So if you could put that in there next. Then we have, I have half a cup of non-dairy milk with 2 cupfuls of apple cider vinegar, and that's going to be like our buttermilk. And then I have 3/4 of a cup of grated carrots, and I actually put some lemon juice on it so they wouldn't turn brown because I did them earlier today. What? Yeah, just put that in there. And then do the flour. And I have half a cup of toasted walnuts. I've got beautiful toasted walnuts here. These are lovely whole walnuts, so if you want to dice them up, you can. Today I did everything in the food processor, so it kind of did it for me, so I didn't have to do that myself. You decide how you want to do it. I have half a cup of mixed, quarter of a cup of vegan butter, quarter of a cup of coconut oil, and that I'm going to actually put into the microwave to just kind of melt it a little bit. Even as hot as it is today, it didn't melt. So we need to melt that. You can go melt that like 10 seconds in the microwave. I also have baking powder. I'm going to do 1 heaping tablespoon of baking powder. Sophie can stir that in. And then I'm going to do a quarter of a cup of coconut sugar. Now this is up to you. Use whatever sugar you like. You could use maple syrup, honey, regular sugar, white sugar, brown sugar. You could use date syrup. You could use honey or agave. It's up to you. Okay, so go ahead and do what you want. Quarter of a cup of regular sugar. And then I have some spices here. I have, oh, there's some butter in there. I have some cinnamon, ginger, and I have nutmeg, and I did completely 1 teaspoon is all that I did. All right, so I'm going to put that in there. Mix that in there. I'm going to save a little bit for the frosting because I want to do a nice frosting. Okay, and lastly I have here is some raisins that are soaking in orange juice. Why do we soak our raisins? Because we want them to stay consistent throughout the cake. If you don't like raisins, leave them out, okay? Sophia, you can add... All right, you got all the dry? And do the carrots next.
What about that? Did you put that in there?
No, I gave you baking powder. You could use, if you have Levito, if you have access to Levito, this is an Italian baking powder, baking soda, vanilla. It's wonderful, and I really don't use the whole packet unless I'm making a very large cake. But you could use 1 teaspoon of this if you're putting it into what we're using today, which is 1.5 cups of flour, about. Okay, you can dump in all the carrots. And then you can do our buttermilk. Oh, and I also have a nice vegan, dairy-free yogurt that I used in our first cake, and it came out really lovely. So we'll see how much liquid we need, because we have the orange juice here, we have the dairy-free milk here, and we have the apple cider vinegar, so we want to be patient. You're done with these, I'll take them. Okay, so put in your butter, Sophia.
I
Okay.
didn't put the buttermilk. Do you want me?
And I also am going to do 2 tablespoons of, hold on one second, 2 tablespoons of applesauce. So these are like our egg and our butter and oil replacers, all right? Coconut oil is really healthy, so we like to incorporate that in as much things as we possibly can, yes. Applesauce we use always as our egg replacer. Applesauce mixed with any kind of vegan butter gives you a nice egg and butter replacement, right? All right, a little bit more in there. Put that down. Thank you. You might need this. Yeah. All right, so lastly, we're going to add in the nuts, the raisins, and the buttermilk. So first I'm going to do the nuts and raisins, then I'm going to see how much more liquid I need to add, because Sophia's got, good job, honey. All right, I'm going to give you the walnuts. I had a cup of walnuts. I really like to put a lot of walnuts in there just because I like the walnuts. And I like the raisins, and since it's Mother's Day, I get to have what I want. So raisins are going in with that little bit of orange juice that they were in, which we stole from Dennis's orange juice. He's very mad at us. Boo. Sorry, Dennis. And then we have this is like our version of buttermilk. We have our vegan dairy-free milk made with almonds, actually. And then we have 2 cupfuls of apple cider vinegar. Are you ready? Let's go. Get that all out. Oh, I forgot I put some sugar in there. I had like a clump of my organic sugar that I wanted to use, so I put that in there. So we may have a little bit of a sweeter cake than we anticipated. You want this or no?
Yeah.
Okay, switch up. And then this is actually for later. I'm going to use that possibly in something else that we're making today. All right, so let's put this to the side. Sophia's going to mix that up, and I just want to show you what we're going to be using for our vessel to put that in. Oh, you got coconut oil? You can take it out if you want.
I got it.
For our vessel today, this is like my very favorite pan. This was given to me at a food show one year in New York City by the actual company, and I feel really bad I don't remember the name of the company, but I'm sure you guys will probably know. But it's like just a nice bright color. It's a really, really pretty fluted pan, and I just love the size. It's the perfect size. So what did I do with this pan? I'm going to tell you. I glazed it with beeswax. So now I've unveganed my cake, but you don't have to do this. You can just do butter and sugar or butter and flour, but you want to make sure that you coat this pan so that it's not going to stick. Because what's going to happen is these beautiful little crevices in here, the raisins could stick, the carrots could stick, the batter could stick, and then you're going to have like kind of a disaster. So we don't want you to do that. So we've used beeswax just because it looks so beautiful when you pop it out of the actual vessel. So we're going to you're going to put that right into there. And I'm going to get started on, oh, and just so you know, the carrots, we use 4 large carrots about this size, and we grated them up in our food processor because I didn't feel like doing that whole, and Sophia's elbow's healing, her wrist is healing, her arm is healing, so we want to use to our advantage the food processor as much as we can. So we grated those up. So we have almost 1 cup in this, and then we have 1 cup in the one that we did before. Sophia's going to smooth that out nice and fill it up real good. That's going to take about 55 minutes in the oven. Thankfully, we have some made already, and we can make some small little cupcake versions, which will be really nice, right? I have the cupcake molds over there if you want to grab them. Give it a little tap so we make sure we get everything to the bottom there. Yep. And then she can go put that into the oven and get started on putting the rest of them into some kind of little container. I'm going to get started on our next, which is our dinner item. What, honey? We'll start with 45 and then we'll test it. I'm going to get started on our dinner item, which is our vegan version of gluten, dairy, and soy-free and egg-free version of managot. Now, I know you heard me right. You absolutely heard me right. And I'm going to do this for you, and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to love it because everybody can eat it. Yeah, you could use whatever you want. Look, I was thinking of Lily because these are nutcracker ones, and she's a ballerina, so I thought maybe we could make her 1 or 2 little cupcakes. Only 2. You only need 2, so pick 2 because that's not a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the West Bend and I'm going to get our batter ready. Okay. And I'm going to get our batter ready. Excuse me. Okay. So West Bend is ready. I'm going to get it heated up, and then I'm going to talk you through the batter because I made it already, and I'm going to share it with you. All right, so let me get this going. If you don't have a non-stick skillet, is totally fine. I did it on a regular pan earlier today, and it works both ways, and it's completely up to you how you decide to pour in this batter to make your manigot. Could you get me the batter out of the fridge, please? So for our batter, how did we make this vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, egg-free? We took our beans, and actually, Sophie, could you bring me over that whole tray over there? The batter right behind the orange juice in the mixer. What I did was I took our bean water, which is called aquafaba, and if you've never heard of aquafaba, you can go look it up. There's a bazillion recipes. There's a Facebook group. There's books written all over about aquafaba. Thank you, honey. So what I did was I took our bean water and I just drained it into a cup, a little Dixie cup. Look, I just took it all out. And I put it into a little Dixie cup and I mixed it in the mixer by itself first. So I took... No, you don't have to do that because you just peel those right off. So what I did was I blended it in the Ninja about 30 to 45 seconds until it kind of got foamy and frothy. And then I added a cup of flour. I added 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. I added half a teaspoon of salt. I added a capful of apple cider vinegar. I added 1.5 cups of milk or dairy replacement or whatever. We're making these vegan and dairy free, so we used our almond flour. Our almond milk. You could use coconut milk or flax milk, whatever you want. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of herbs as I actually sprinkle it onto the pan. So that's our aquafaba base manigot batter that we're going to be using. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. I actually had a little extra milk to the side in case I needed to thin up the batter a little bit. But hopefully it's the same one that I used earlier and it's going to be perfect. So now we just have to show you how to do this, right? This is fun. All right, so my batter it's a cross between pancake and waffle. And the reason why I say that is because pancake batter is a little thicker. Waffle, depending on how you're making it, if you're making it in a machine, could be a little bit thicker. But you want it to be that consistency. So when I pour it out, you'll be able to see what it looks like. Okay, so you could paint it into your pan or you can pour it into your pan. It depends on how thin you want that to be. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little bit of oil. You really just need a hot, dry pan, but I like to oil a pan first and then kind of let it dry up a little bit. Maybe smoke too. It'll smoke a little bit. We're just using grapeseed oil. If I had like a paper towel, I would kind of like wipe it off a little bit. Let me see, I could use, I don't have any paper towels. We have no paper towels, so I'm just going to have to wait. No paper towels? So I'm just going to let that kind of burn off a little bit. I just wanted to kind of glaze the bottom of the pan. You don't have to do it, but I like to do it. So then I'm going to let this just sit for a minute. I'm putting it on 350. Remember, you don't want it too hot, but you want to be able to see that crepe being made, and you want to recognize the signs of when to flip and when to leave it. So I'm going to show you that. All right, so I have my... Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you, gluten-free. Grandma got me a piece of paper towel. You know, because she's hungry. So she gave me a paper towel because she's hungry. Right, gluten-free Grandma?
Yeah.
Because you want food. All right, so I just wiped it off a little bit with... What'd you say? You could just put them on the pan. Right into the oven. So I have it hot now, and I have my batter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we paint it on, but I'm also going to show you how you pour it. So the first one I'll paint. The second one I'll pour. And if you're... What, honey?
I didn't see.
Oh, okay, sorry. So if you want... So if you want to, this both ways you can do it. Or you can pour it out of a pitcher. Or if you have like a funnel cake funnel, you can do it with like that. Okay, so here we go. So first, we have... When it's really super hot, it won't stick, which is really funny because you kind of want it to stick a little bit. So I'm going to just pour because I don't see it. And I'm going to just kind of drag it around outside to the outside. I'm going to fill in all those little holes. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm just going to do the outside around the edges. Alright, so I'm just painting towards the edges to fill in all those little holes. You do want some holes though because you want it to be a nice thin crepe. So manigot is basically just a thin crepe, pasta crepe, filled with deliciousness and then baked in the oven. So what we're going to do here is first we're going to make the crepes or the manigot, and then we're going to show you what we're filling them with and how we're baking them in the oven. So Sophia, you can actually get started, bring the rest of that stuff up. The manigot, the pan, the sauce, the cheese. Yeah, and you're going to have to go get cheese in the garage because we needed all of that stuff. We have 3 different cheeses that we can use. I don't know if Sophia, whatever she grabs is what we'll use.
You want 3?
If you can find them,
You want
yeah.
this too?
Yeah, we'll take that. So how we made our filling was we soaked cashews for about a few hours, and then we just blended them in here with a little bit of nutritional yeast, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of water or milk. It's up to you. I like to use the water from the cashews that we're soaking in them because it has all the goodies in there. So these ones are a little bit darker. I'm going to turn this down, but you can see it just comes right up. Ow, it's hot. That's super hot. It comes right up, and you're going to flip it over, and as you can see, we have 1 crepe cooking. It almost looks kind of like a potato pancake, kind of, right? So these ones I did on the back burner on the other non-stick pan, and these came out really very flexible. We're going to be able to fold them and fill them, and they're going to be delicious manigot. I'm going to have Sophia do that when she gets back, though. So we want to hear what you guys are making for Mother's Day. Are you having a special brunch? Are you going out to eat? Is there, with allergies, sometimes it's hard. There's like 2 places we can go to around here, and unless we wanted to go to like New York. So, but this year I think we'll just stay home. Maybe we'll have a whole big plate of manigot to ourselves. It's nice and light. You don't know that there's no eggs in there. You have no idea there's aquafaba. You're clueless to what that is. You just taste a little bit of a cheesy, salty kind of. Alright, so I'm going to pour another one. Usually you pour it in like a round pan and then you just swirl it around, so I'll try to show you that technique. So you kind of just go like this and it'll draw itself out. Yeah, just all the vegan cheese, honey, whatever you want to pick. The parm, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
I think I need that.
So just kind of drag it out, and if you want to, use your brush. Whew, I dunked my brush all in there. Use your brush to kind of pull it out to the edges. And then pull it up, because you want it to be thin. A thick crepe is never any good. Alright, Sophia, you're going to get started on filling and rolling, so you might want to get yourself a cutting board. Alright, so we have some of our sauce already made here. This is just tomato sauce with spices, a little bit of that cashew regatta cheese, we're going to call it, inside. And you know, this is our way of making it the way that we can have it. Oh, I got something on my eye. Alright, so when it's ready, it kind of pulls up on its own, and you can see that. And then you just flip it over. It's really simple. So we've got bubbles on the top. It's the same thing with pancakes. You wait for the bubbles to come up to the top, and then you flip it over.
What am I doing? Filling?
Flip. There we go. Yep, you're going to fill. So we have about, this is going to make about 12, and usually there would be the bigger size, but this pan I have a little bit of a, like the edge is kind of restricting me, I don't know why. Sophia has the cashew cream here. Like I said, the only thing we added was some fresh parsley. We have fresh parsley, and that just kind of gives it that savory flavor along with that nutritional yeast. It will just add to the cheesiness. So I think we have one of those open, but you could use that. Yeah, these are good, Sophia. All right, so just start with these 2, and then this will go on the top.
I can't open it.
You can't open it. You need help. Is it your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna take, and what you want to do is you want to just put a little bit of sauce on the bottom or some olive oil. It's up to you, but you just want to kind of, so they don't stick to the bottom. You just want to put a little bit there, and then she's gonna fill them with the cheese.
Spreading it?
Yeah, you could spread it out a little bit. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to make another one. I'll make a few more, and then we'll stop because we don't want to keep you here all day long, and we don't want to bore you. So I'm just going to brush that a little bit in different directions. If you've seen, like, you go to the crepe place in the mall, they have this wooden dowel thing. It's really cool. You could use that if you have a crepe maker. Use that. And if you have a dedicated gluten-free one, then you better call me because I'm coming over. Okay? All right, so I'm just gonna kind of spread this out. You could already see it starting to bubble. Put this away for now. I'm getting it all over me. Sticky. You don't have to spread it like that, honey. You can if you want though, but you just kind of plop it in the middle and then you fold it like a burrito. You want it, you don't need sauce inside, just cheese. Nope, just cheese. Sauce goes on top, right, gluten-free grandma? Sauce goes on top. All right, so if you wanted to and you wanted to just make these gluten-free and you don't need to be dairy-free, you can use regular regatta and you can add the same things that we added. You can add the spices. Yeah, good job.
Good.
Yeah. You can add the spices. You can do egg or egg yolk if you wanted to. We don't have any of that in here, so it's completely vegan. And it's dairy-free, gluten-free, egg-free, and soy-free, and it's actually corn-free, so Dennis can eat it. He's not going to eat monogot because he doesn't like cheese, but we got a steak for him, so we're not worried about that. All right, so once you have it coming up like this one is, it's a little sticky right on that one side there. We're just going to flip it. Just kind of cook the other side a little bit. That one looks good. I like that one. And if you could see, Sophia, could you move this out of the way so they could see you also on the other? Push out a little bit. So as you can see, she's just filling it. If you wanted to put in a piping bag, you could do pipe, and then be all done. But we're not doing that now. But then she's just going to roll them and put them right into the pan with a little bit of sauce on the bottom. And look how nice they are. Now, we probably need like 1 million of these to feed my family. So this will be one of many ones that I do. I'm going to have to do a couple more. But it's a good start. And we can have something to eat today. Maybe I should make the rest of those, Sophia. I'll keep going since she's busy working. So you just swirl it into the pan. And you can spread it out a little bit. It's hot, sorry honey. You could flip them over and use the bottom.
Fingers of steel.
Yeah. And it depends on how big you want to make them. I like to make them so they fit in the pan. So I don't want to make them too long because then they won't be able to fit. Like if you see the ones we have here, they're kind of just coming to the edge there. So that's good. How many more do you have?
2.
All right, I'm going to switch this with this, okay? So they can see that. So we only have a little bit more filling, right? So we'll have to make more filling, and like I said, that was a very easy recipe. But if you wanted to, you could go to the store and get a vegan cream cheese or a vegan regatta. There's a lot of companies that make it. There's Kite Hill, there's Daya, there's, what's that other company that makes that vegan regatta? I forget what it's called. Mykonos, I think. They make really delicious ones, so you can get those and just kind of mix them up together with the spices, the apple cider vinegar, and you can make your own. Can you save one? No? Okay. We have a little bit enough for one more or no? We need enough for one more.
Cheese.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take this one and flip it over. Our pan's getting super hot. Nice. Look at that. Got nice bubbles on the top. That's a good sign. All right, so she's almost got the pan filled. So we would need like maybe 2 or 3 lasagna pans for our family because I know that you probably want 2 or 3 each. And then you have a nice salad on the side, and then you have your carrot cake. We have our carrot cake in there. Don't put sauce on it. Don't put sauce in there. Okay. And you want the cheese? I opened the cheese already. So we've got our SD vegan mozzarella. I really like this. Not everybody does, but that's okay because it's Mother's Day. We get to pick what we want, right, gluten-free grandma?
Right.
So I can make you your dairy ones, and I can have these, and we'll be all set. All right, one more. You have enough? This one's a little thick, so maybe I'll just eat this one like right now. There you go. No? All right, that one's finished. Put this here. All right, so we have our carrot cake in the oven. We have our monogot going in as soon as possible. I'm going to turn this off. So the monogot kind of goes very quickly when you're making it. So once you get into the rhythm, but like sometimes the first one is like that first pancake is like, but it's good practice. So don't throw it out, and you can certainly taste to see if your batter is good. Too salty, not enough. A little bit of spices, and that's what I wanted to just put a little bit of spice on top. Good job, honey. We're going to add a little bit of spice on there. You could put it into, I did put some in the regatta. I put fresh parsley, but we need that sauce. Where are you going? You're going to cover this with sauce and cheese, and then do a little sauce, cheese, and then sauce. We always want to have sauce, cheese, sauce. We like the layers. So we've been working on our app. We're very excited because it's going to be launching soon. And thank you to everybody out there who has contributed, our sponsors, our clients that are participating in the 6-week challenge. This is amazing. You guys are doing outrageous. And I'm so happy for you guys that you're seeing changes and people are losing weight, feeling healthy, feeling vibrant. And thank you to Dennis for coming and filming the progression of everything that's happening between the lasagna and the stuffed pork. We're going to have everything on our app. So it's going to be the recipes, it's going to be tips and tricks, it's going to be Sophia's picks, snack of the week, drink of the day. It's going to be all of those things onto one app. We're going to also give you all of the recipes that we make on the show. We're going to also give you places that we eat, things that we love, things that we stay away from, and just kind of all of that. And we're going to have a nice community for everybody to go and learn from each other and just kind of have a good time. So we're looking forward to it. It will be available on Google and Apple, but it will also be available for download on a web version. So you can decide how you want to do it. All right, Sophia's just loading up the cheese and the sauce. We have another can of sauce we were going to open up and do you think we need it?
Yes.
We need it?
Yes.
Okay. Let me grab that. You, oh, I had it right here. I have it right here. All right, so what I have here is just a can of sauce. Trick me. I have a can of sauce, and what I would just do is open this up, add the spices, and just pour it right on top because it's going in the oven to bake, so we don't really have to cook the sauce down or anything. Not necessary, right? We can skip a couple steps, make it easier. And obviously this you can put right into the freezer if you want and keep it until Mother's Day. Or you can eat it today if you want. All right, so let's go, Sophia. I'm gonna just open this up. Can I use that? Thank you. You can get rid of that. I'm gonna just open up this can. Look, it's simple. It's just a can of tomatoes. I'm gonna dump in it. We have our herbs. We have a parsley, basil, oregano, marjoram, and thyme. Yes, thank you, gluten-free grandma. And I just mix that up. I don't need any salt and pepper because I feel like some the vegan cheeses are a little bit salty, and you can always add salt and pepper to your own plate if that's what you want. So I just mix up the sauce. Do that. I did. I just mix that. All right, Sophia, you're gonna put this on top. All right. And that's going to go in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. We're going to cover that with some foil. If you wanted to, if you're going to freeze this, my suggestion to you is put a piece of parchment, and then put the foil, then wrap it in plastic and put it in the freezer. And once you take it out to bake it, you can absolutely bake it with the parchment and the foil on top. And then you'll have a nice, I cut myself on that. And then you'll have a nice, be careful, I did cut myself on the top. All right, so we've got,
So red.
Yes. Well, the other one is a different color because we added some of the cashew cream to it. I think you should put some more in there. Looks good. Keep going, keep going. Oh, which one? This one? Oh, we need the parm. We have the, oh, I want you to be careful because
Yes.
the parm would be perfect on that, Sophia, the shredded parm. So we'll do that afterwards, and we'll take some pictures and put them up for you so you'll see them all. Are you ready to make the drink now? Because we're taking too long on the manigot.
It's a masterpiece.
She's right, it is a masterpiece. And when you layer the sauce, the cheese, and the sauce, it just makes it even better. That's going to go in the oven for about, what did I say, 25 minutes? Did I say that already? 350 for about 25 minutes. And it's going to come out bubbling and delicious. And the monogot's going to be nice and soft. Be careful, please. Thank you. And, oh, that's good. That's enough sauce now. Okay, let me get this out of the way. I'm afraid of this thing now. All right, so we're going to get on our carrot cake, the topping for that. I think if we have time. Do we have time, Dennis? I don't know.
He said yes.
He said yes? Okay. All right. Sophia's going to get out. You want to put that back there for now. Don't put it in the oven. Look, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. Help me. Yeah, I need a Band-Aid. Hold on, Sophia. Let me wipe the counter. Sophia's going to do our drink of the day. This is going to be phenomenal. We're doing a Mocktail Mimosa. Mimosas are like a big thing for Mother's Day. I don't know why. Maybe because they go out to brunch and stuff. But since we don't drink here, we're making our own version. And we're going to give you some substitutions also. If I could stop this from bleeding. All right, so we have our cran grape excess blast mixer. Good job.
Put Band-Aid on.
All right, you're going to talk through it then. Go.
Hi. we're gonna put some ice. The ice come out.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got our really funky glasses. We're gonna use those because they're fun. Do you want me to finish talking?
Yeah.
Go check whatever that was. You cut yourself again?
No, I didn't cut myself. I just...
Something went off in the timer. What was it?
Oh, the cupcake things.
You wanna
They're
go
fine.
check it?
No, they're fine. It was only 15 minutes.
All right, so we have our cranberry glass mixer. If you don't have this, you could substitute cranberry juice, grape juice, or you could do grapefruit juice if you want. We're doing ice, orange juice, and we're doing 2 flavors of excess, actually 3, if you count the mixer. Wow, that is really bleeding. Okay. I'm bleeding. It's like a little teeny tiny cut, and I feel like I'm getting blood everywhere.
Gonna put some orange juice.
A little bit of orange juice, about 3 ounces of orange juice, Sophia. 3 ounces.
That's too late for that.
And then we're gonna do 1 shot of the cranberry excess.
Possibly 2 shots.
No, 1 shot. It depends on how long of a party you're going to be at for Mother's Day. You have to go from church to someplace, then out. Maybe you do need 2 shots of excess. And then we have 2 flavors of excess. We have pink grapefruit and we have lemon. Blending them all together just makes it taste delicious. No, I'm hoping it doesn't explode on me. Okay, good. We don't have an explosion today. Yay. You want me to open the other one or no?
No, I got it.
So she's going to do about 3 ounces of each. You're going to have to leave room, so we have room. We'll drink those later. We'll take care of that later. And then the pink grapefruit just kind of makes it really pretty and beautiful with the cran grape. Usually a mimosa has like some kind of juice in it, plus a alcoholic beverage, and then orange juice is like, but it looks really pretty. So we've got our beautiful layers here, and Sophia has a little special treat for her drink, right? Not for mine though, right?
You can have it.
No, you have it. All right, I'm gonna go check the carrot cake. I'll be right back. All right, so these are the carrot cakes that we made earlier, the little cupcakes. I'm gonna take them out because we're gonna make a little frosting for them. Hopefully we can get that done in time. I think we can, right? Right, Sophia? All right, get the cream cheese out of the fridge. All right, so this is our mimosa. You want to take a sip after you get the cream cheese out? Right there, stacked up. Yeah, all that, those 3. So this is just very refreshing. Hopefully it'll be nice and hot on Mother's Day, and you'll need a nice refreshing drink because we know that that's probably our favorite thing to do is go outside, it's all hot and it's beautiful, and then you come inside and you get a nice ice cold drink. I'm going for it. I can't wait for you. Okay, I'm going to take a sip. This is our mock mimosa for Mother's Day. That's delicious. I love the cranberry in there because the cranberry gives it a really good tartness. I can taste the tartness, Sophie. I like it. All right, last thing. We hope we have time. We have our tree line cream cheese. It's delicious, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta put this away. We have our tree line cream cheese and we have some powdered sugar. Grab the powdered sugar, Sophia. And we're just gonna make a quick little frosting for our carrot cake little muffin cups. So because we only have 6, I'm gonna say we're gonna do about half of this.
You do that.
Half of this. Thank you. Oh, you gave me the umbrella? Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. I like this umbrella.
That's a present.
Oh, thanks. That's
Half
all I
of
needed.
this?
Yeah, half of that. I meant to take it out so it would get softened. You want to leave it out so it gets softened, or you could use regular cream cheese, if that's what you can have. And then about 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Not a big fan of powdered sugar, but when you're making a little frosting, you need it.
You didn't sift it.
No, it's okay. Blend it up. It's fine. If you want to do this in the blender, you can do it in your mixer. That'll make a nice one. There are many different kinds of vegan cream cheese out there. This one's made with cashews. You can get whichever one you want. There's the day one, which is really good. We actually made our own with coconut, so you can kind of do whatever you want. You want milk in there? I have a little bit of milk over here. Ready?
Spices?
1, 2. No,
Sugar,
this is cream
salt.
cheese.
I know.
No, this is cream cheese frosting.
What
No
was that?
spices. That was milk with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's good. All right, so we're going to just kind of dress these up a little bit. We don't have any monagot to actually eat, but we're going to eat it later, and we'll take pictures and make sure we show you when we post the recipe and everything. So time's kind of up, so let's get one dressed, and I'll give it to you. Oh, you want to just do it like that? Okay. You know what I have that was really yummy? I have these little sugar crystals that are so cute. I took them out and then I put them away, and I was like, no, we don't need those. They're hibiscus, and they're really yummy.
Garland.
Yeah, where's the
We need
hibiscus, Sophia? We need those for the carrot cake. The little hibiscus sugar crystals. Oh, I have cranberry ones. They'll be good.
Or rose.
All right, there's the hibiscus. So we have a little carrot hibiscus, little sugar on top. These things are yummy. If you've never tried them, they're so much fun. They're delicious. All right, we need a little more of a boom on top.
I'm doing all
Yeah, and I'll do this. So these hibiscus crystals you can get, they come in all different flavors. It's a flower crystal. They're available from Fresh Origins, and I think these guys were at the food show one year when I went, and they just were amazing. They have so many different flavors. They have sweet and savory, and you can kind of play with them a lot if you want to. So we're going to just put a little on top. And then if you wanted to, obviously you could do some fake carrots on top. They have like little candy carrots you could buy in the store, and you could put those on top. Or you could just grate up a little carrot or orange zest if you want.
Sugar pansies.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Gluten-free grandma always did those
violets.
sugar flowers were always nice. All right, Sophie, go ahead. You can take a bite. All right, guys, so if you didn't bring your napkin, it's okay because the monogot's not ready yet. So we have to wait just as much as you have to wait because you have to go make it. Ours is just in the oven. Let's go. You want to share that with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, gonna get our little plates for dessert. We have our nice little drink. Our little carrot cake cupcakes. There you go. I'm gonna use a fork with mine. Is that okay? That's so cute, Sophia. Look at that cute little cupcake.
That is not.
Look at this. You took your drink?
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't want that. Let me have half of it. I love the walnuts in there. This one doesn't have any raisins, but I do love raisins in my carrot cake. Let's have a bite, Sophia. Cheers, carrot cake. Cheers, carrot cake. The walnuts are toasted perfect. Carrot cake is yummy. You want to make sure you bake it long enough and test it. How do you like it? It's good. All right. That's it. We're done. We're done for today. What do you think?
Good job.
All right, guys. That's it for today. We hope you guys are ready for Mother's Day. Without cutting your finger, of course. But we want you guys to have a beautiful Mother's Day. We appreciate all the mothers out there. And there are some women who are not mothers but are motherly to others. So we also want to appreciate them because they've done an amazing job. I mean, some people are just wonderful women that just have, poured into other people's lives. I remember we had a woman at church named Greta, and she had no children, but she was just a wonderful woman and a really godly example of a wife. And it was wonderful to meet her, and I'm glad to know that she's in heaven with her husband. But anyway, so we want you guys to have a wonderful Mother's Day. We want you to come taste and see how good it is to be gluten-free, and hopefully we'll see you guys at church, and we'll see you next weekend for another amazing show. We have some great plans coming up, so stay tuned. All right, you ready to go? Mm-hmm. Thank you for your help today.
Okay.
Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless. Ciao. You do this. I did them last week. Makeup by Artistry, hair by Satinique. Aprons by REM Designs. Thank you to our fridge friends, pantry partners, and all of our sponsors for our app. Thank you, guys. ABC Gluten Free is a production of American Bods. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a delicious weekend. Ciao.